Okay, so we're just going to answer some questions regarding angle of reflections. Nothing to, just basic angle of reflection and all that. A ray of light is incident on a plane mirror at an angle 60 degrees. What is the angle between the incident ray and the reflected ray? So if we have a plane mirror like this, we have the normal. We draw the normal to the plane mirror that's like perpendicular to the surface. We have our incident ray here. Sorry, let's use a line. Let me use it. So we can draw a line. No, just bear with me on this. Okay, and then we have the reflected ray like this. Sorry, it's not perfect. Okay, let me draw it like this. Yes, this is better. Then we have the normal here. Just like a straight line. Sorry, but you get what I'm saying. So if the ray is incident on a plane mirror at an angle of 60 degrees. So this is the angle 60 degrees here. Okay, that's angle of incidence, 60 degrees. So based on the law of reflection, the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. They're about the same. Now we're looking for the angle between the incident ray and reflected ray. So what we're just going to do is add these two together. Okay, we have 60 plus 60 degrees and now 120. Okay, so in a quick, let's say you're in an exam mode, quickly you know that, okay, a ray of light is incident at a plane mirror at an angle of 60 degrees. Okay, so since the incident ray is equal to the reflected ray, sorry, incident angle is equal to the reflected angle of reflection, then the angle between them will be 2i or 2r, depending on, it will be the same thing. Since they're the same, your I plus r, 60 plus 60, that is 120. Okay, if you want to be quick about it, but this is the explanation here. Then as the angle of incidence is increased for a ray on a reflecting surface, the angle between the incident and reflected ray ultimately approaches what value? So let's say we have a mirror here. This is the angle of incidence, angle of reflection, the normal. So this theta, this theta. Now as the angle increases, so this angle here is increasing. So then we have another ray around here. The angle of reflection will also be around here. So we have a new, say, theta 2, another theta 2 here. So that you can see it's increasing and the angle between them is also increasing. So at some point, as we keep doing it, the angle of reflection is here, of incidence is here. The angle of reflection will also be somewhere around here. Okay, and I'll notice that it's getting closer and closer to the straight line, and the angle in a straight line is 180 degrees. So as the angle of incidence is increased, okay, as this angle keeps on increasing, then this one also keeps on increasing. It's getting closer and closer to this. It's getting closer and closer to 180 degrees. Okay. So it ultimately approaches, okay, it will approach 180 degrees. Okay, so that's just the idea. It's just like when you open a book. Okay, when you open a book slowly, you're opening it slowly and then you're opening it very well until you open it flat. That's kind of the idea. Let's say this side of the book and this side of the book are this is the incident and reflected ray. So as you open it more and more, yeah, okay, as you open it wider and wider, you open it until it's flat on the table. Now, a ray of light approaches a mirror at an angle 22 degrees with the mirror surface. What is the angle of reflection here? So this is it. So we have our incident ray, reflected ray, our normal. Now, 22 degrees with the mirror surface, that is here, not here. So we need to find what is here. So now that then the angle between the normal and the surface is 90 degrees. So all you have to do is say 90 minus 22. That should give us 68. Okay, now since the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection, then I is 68, R is also 68. So the angle of reflection here will be 68 degrees. So sometimes you have to check what the question is saying. Okay, 22 degrees with the mirror surface. Then we're not, oh, it's not with the normal. Okay, that's not the angle of incidence. Okay, that is just the angle between the incident ray and the mirror surface. So we just have to find the angle of incidence first. Then we know what the angle of reflection is. So that's just where I'm going to stop for now. There are going to be more questions. I'm going to be answering more questions, but please drop your questions if you have any.